We're here. We're live. By live, I mean I'm recording and you're listening, but welcome back to Tyler Talks, where I talk and you don't have to listen. But that's okay. You can just visualize. That's the beauty of it. We are going with Patriarchs and Philistines. Popular deck choice right now. Um, I wanted to do Goshen in this build, but I use Peace and Faith of Abraham, so um, it can get a little dicey sometimes. But I'm going to show this build and how I utilize toss and kind of what I do with the offense I've posted on Discord and how I play it. So first we can go into the defense. You can use Outsiders and Priest of Zeus. I'm just using Philistines. You can use the just good characters in the Black Brigade that are strong. I mean, I would probably always play Outsiders, but for this, I like where it's at. You could also play Creation of the World because Creation of the World takes up to three Genesis humans, so I can take Abimelech, Commander Fikel, and Herdsman, so I can take like one of them and two of my heroes, which is always nice. You'll see right now, current meta really feels like I can control what you do the best that I can, and then out negate you in battle. So in order to compensate for that, play Add to Battle and use your dominance wisely. Um, have Add to Battle and have kind of heavy negates. You also want to use kill cards. I've talked about that before in the past. Um, Instead of just like bouncing or withdrawing or something their hero under deck. Like all that's good, sure. Like abandonment and scattered. You do want to actually kill a couple that you need to. Limit their best options. So for here we have a good star ability with a negate or a reserve, which that's solid. Um, of course, we have the interrupt, we have the band, then we get the discard, and we get the CBP if we make a token. And this is the end all be all, end of redemption, most hated card right now. So I can make a Meek Soul in my territory and make Tenet Kills the Sun CBP, which is very good. I do have another CBP. I know it's a bounce. There are, I will say, almost always instances where I need to bounce heroes, whether it be mine and or yours. Um, so having the CBP is also nice, especially with Chamber and Elizabeth being out there. Um, Go away is good. A negate draw 2, pretty standard. I don't know who gave Philistines a weapon that's a negate and a draw 2. Sounds crazy. Um, me, that's me. I did that. Gabe and Chris loved it. We were like, let's do it, run it out. High Priest Plot, uh, also another good one. For some reason, if they're putting Meek Souls in your territory, and you did Shield on your non-Meek Souls, this will protect all your Meek Souls too. So it's just something to keep in mind. Um, so nothing too crazy there. Shield for the, I mean, it's Shield. It's awesome. Add to battle. We have Philistine Garrison add to battle. We have Warrior Overtaken add to battle. So that is um, 3 add to battles. Plus we have Christian Martyr and ways to withdraw to kind of ensure our Christian Martyr is a battle winner between Goliath and Commanders. So we do like to kind of ensure we have a battle, like win the battle through Christian Martyr. You do want to wait to use Christian Martyr if possible, kind of make the opponent waste everything they can and then use Martyr. Lost Souls are pretty standard right now. I do have Color Guard because, there he is, she is. I have Color Guard in here. I like my Philistines being protected. Other than that, Jacob's Ladder to get out my captain, and I could add one of my 3 Angels to battle off Jacob's Ladder, which is very good. I either do the extension, the protection with the brigade to match, or I just bring in a 10-10 by the numbers. So pretty pretty standard dominant selection. We're seeing out of their hands, which is very good on a first turn Issachar. If I can get it out of their hands with Issachar, and then I can go into a first sacrifice, like turn 2, it's just, it is a lot for the opponent to get out of. They're going to have to draw a lot. So, and I have Herdsman. So there is, if you start drawing to kind of replenish your defense, I should be able to Herdsman you to keep up or outpace. If for some reason you can't get resources, then hitting you with the Issachar and then a first sacrifice, if I can get that off 1-1, is extremely good. Alright, offense time, baby. Joseph Silvercup is really solid. All my heroes are Genesis minus Captain. So I have to make sure by the time Captain comes in, I shouldn't need Silvercup. Captain's kind of like a turn 3 kind of thing. And by then I pretty much want Jacob's Ladder anyway. I want to snag Captain, turn over Joseph's Cup, and keep the ladder up. And so we only have one add to battle. I do like Book of the Covenant. You Will Remain in this build for Patriarchs. Especially with my banding, I do want to have a way to get around Scattered and stuff, like have additional ways to bring in. So that probably should be in here, but that's okay. It's a very solid deck as of right now, a lot of flexibility. So we're going to talk about the offense. There's a lot of pieces to it, to where it's not one-dimensional. I know this video was supposed to, quote-unquote, supposed to come out Thursday night. I've recorded it 3 times. This is my 4th time. I always had something happen where I couldn't finish the video, so regardless of what happens, this video is coming out. So Abraham gets out 3 visitors. 3 visitors can get out Benjamin. Benjamin can then go to Joseph, or the other son of Jacob, Judah. So that's nice. Usually for first turn, we're going to go to Issachar. I don't know why I didn't say him as the option. Usually first turn, as long as I can get to Abraham, then this is my first turn. I can protect Lost Souls, go to Issachar, and have 2 heroes in battle with an out of their hands. It's very hard to stop. Now I would have Abraham out in territory and Issachar out in territory. I then would go Abraham, 3 visitors, back to Benjamin, and then I would go to either Joseph or Judah. That's assuming I don't have any other way to a hero between Silvercup, just regular draw, Covenant of Noah. So then, next turn, I can go, and I do want to have one other way to a hero because I do like having my heroes early on. And then I would go just to the next one, because now you're exchanging, but you're always gaining 1 hero. Ideally, you get Eleazar, Abraham, 3 visitors, exchanges to territory, to Benjamin, exchanges to territory, to Joseph, to Judah, to Jacob, and then you can end with Malak. Usually we put Isaac down as Meek for Enosh later on. We'll put Isaac down. We'll get the draw 3, go to Abraham, go to Joseph, go to Judah. We're negating things. We're protecting Lost Souls. We're drawing. We go to Jacob. We get another draw 2. That's a 5. And then we go to Malak. Now we can take a hero. That's why you see I have 3 heroes in reserve. Malak can just snag who I need. Or I can go to deck. And he's a 3/6. Good numbers. Protection. Take a hero. Very good. Whenever I want to, I can play Captain of the Host. I really like 20 shekels in this build because I can bounce a human in your hand and then play out of their hands. Or I can look at your hand and know who do I need to end the band with. So I really do like 20 shekels in here. It's just a matter of what comes out for it. Right now it's pretty tight at 50. So I do want 20 shekels in here. Being able to bounce. Or I just play a bounce card. But yeah, 20 shekels is really good. Now that's just the hero band. Um, so we're either going to have a by the numbers band or a protected band, or depending on what they have, like if they don't have much or anything in territory or just one really good card in territory, I'll hit them with Issachar. So it's constant pressure. Um, Ideally, we're putting Peace on Eliezer, and now because of the way Peace is written, everyone that like Peace comes in and checks if your battle's alone or checks if your hero's alone, and then it's like, okay, condition met. Now I can toss all enhancements. And then Eliezer goes, all right, boop, and brings everyone in. So you still get the toss. You could end it with Malak, but at this point, when I have Peace at CBI, I like to end it with Captain, because Peace cannot be negated. Captain is trying to negate it, which is an interrupt and prevent. Captain is trying to negate Peace. Peace cannot be interrupted, meaning therefore you can't get the interrupt portion on negate. Negate equals interrupt plus prevent. You cannot interrupt Peace. So now I have this big band, and I get to toss everything. So very, very strong. There's very little things in the game that can actually stop that. So, and then I also have a big protected band that could also toss, or I don't have Peace, and I have Faith of Abraham on Abraham, and Joseph gives me CBN. I've done that in a video before. And then I just have good enhancements. I get to interrupt the battle, reserve all. I get a negate, opponent was under deck, an evil card from hand, CBN. I usually play for sacrifice, pre-block. I have a negate, an evil enhancement, or a curse, which is really good right now. Bounce it or take it. And then I can ban to any number of Genesis heroes. I like having numbers as the stars as turn 2, 3, or if I don't need it, I just keep it in reserve. And if I lose any heroes, because I'm kind of hero dependent, like Jacob is the lynch, like can't call it that. Jacob is the linchpin, like the middle piece to go Sons of Jacob to Jacob. So that's what we need right there to ban to a patriarch. So if I lose Judah, I like to use Numerous as the stars, or I can use Numerous as the stars to get out my heroes here. I don't need it for a lot. I'm not trying to get much. Plus I have Malak. Plus I took Noah out of this one. Also, it's good to note Covenant with Noah takes a Genesis human, so I can get 3 of my evil characters. So it just plays really well together. The one thing I didn't mention about the defense, I thought this was common knowledge, but just in case, as long as you have commanders or Saf down, or both, it doesn't matter. And this is also why I like color guard, because I like having these 2 in territory. Fikel can block, equips, either one, and we withdraw all but one. And then we come in and Saf comes in and we prevent the next. And then we use Goliath Spear on Saf, and we discard this card to discard hero. We withdrew all but one, and we discarded the hero and we're preventing the next. So sure, there's stuff that can get around it, but it's not easy to. Pretty hard to get around all that. I can do that twice, and if I wanted to, I could take out Abraham's Deceit and do it again. There's a couple other weapons that I can kind of use in a similar fashion, like a negate, and under deck maybe I would use that. So that should probably change to another weapon that I can negate. Foreign Spears was in here too, for like I don't know, there's a lot of good stuff in territory, but Nazi does shut it off. I don't want to be too reliant on my reserve, so you will notice I don't need Enosh. These are my 2 least needed heroes that are just good. I have a couple variants where I don't use them in the reserve. So I'm just worried if Nazi's coming out there. I don't have too many ways around Nazareth in this build, so I didn't want to have too much reliance on my reserve. So yeah, that's pretty much this deck, and I put out a few different variants, but the offense is very strong. You get those heroes going, it comes out quickly, and it just keeps building. If you get an early piece, it's good. If You get an Early Faith Abraham, it's good. Pretty much all your enhancements help you. It's not huge on stars, but you're not looking for a bunch on numerous. So I really like the way it's built. Obviously, some tons of soul gen. It's really fun to steal the opponent's lost souls. That's really fun. So that's always good. OT Unity Lost Souls is very good right now. So I have Hopper, Lost Souls, Covet, all as Soul Gen, plus Joseph Silver Cup in a pinch. So a ton of Soul Gen, plus Joseph before Pharaoh, which is another curse hitter with Wilderness defenses being popular right now. You want to make sure to hit curses. So in your deck, if you are going to a competitive tournament, you should keep in mind that you need a couple ways around curses or neutrals. Know if your characters can be prevented. Just know that you either need a way around that or how to play around it. And then Nazareth as well. So you kind of need to watch out for Nazareth, Holy Holies, Pot of Mana, and curses. And we'll get into more ways to get around that in other videos, but there's plenty out there. So yeah, that's the offense and defense here. Pretty standard. I did want to say if I can play first CBN, it cannot be negated, and my heroes are protected, or I can play first with CBN enhancements with Jacob. That's good. Or I have an entire band that tosses. That's good. I'm constantly either putting pressure, getting benefits with my heroes. It's just a very good offense with different options. I'm not going to play through this one because we're 17 minutes into the video and boom, baby, a different version. This one looks like an insane amount of more cards, but it's only 53. So this is pretty much the same offense. You'll see I had to drop those two heroes, and I moved a reserved from Famine in reserve. And I'm a little heavier on defense. So if I want to go to 50 cards, and I am heavier on defense, right now I have Red Dragon in, but I also have Unity. I really like Possessing Spirit with how good it is. I only have one way to 2 possessed, and that's Jerusalem. So if I want to, I can drop my Unity cards. And if I don't have my tokens, as much as I love Afflicting Spirit, my defense is very heavy. That's 52. And then I could move. I would have to look over and move a card, or I could drop Hopper because I have so much Soul Gen. Even though it's not the best to take out Hopper, that could get me down to 50. So if you want, you can get it down to 50. The defense is a beast. And this is Demon Thieves that you've seen in the past. I really pushed this defense last year. I thought it was one of, if not the strongest defenses out there. And this time, it's just slightly updated. And it's not updated with really anything new other than Seven Suns. I just really like having 2 possessed, where I can make to where your best 2 heroes can't do anything. Very good right now, especially if you're not seeing Nazareth and they're playing Pot of Mana. You just take out their 2 best heroes. Or you put 2 possessed and you Afflicting Spirit them. You can put a lot of pressure on these Pot of Mana decks with choosing the hero and having 2 possessed. So keep that in mind. Or just choose the hero in general. If you can choose the Rescuer, you have a much better shot against Pot of Mana stuff, shenanigans. We're going to get into some very crazy Pot of Mana Holy decks later on. So yeah, standard Demon Thieves, I would say. For the most part, this is just beefed up version. I feel like I can block for days. The only thing is I lost my additional add to battles. I only have the one, so I'm not a big fan of that. Um, I could add a dominant to add to battle. You could always add just a bander or foreign wives. Like you can always do that in reserve with a murderous command. So Egyptian rebel can come in as Crimson and band to NT humans minus Romans. So it can band to all my people here. So that's another target for Murderous Command that actually fits the defense. As of now, I'm using Rebel Dust. And if I think the offense has enough firepower and I just want to block for days, maybe Out of Their Hands comes out for Murderous Command and Egyptian Rebel comes in. I think this needs a little bit. It has to keep Out of Their Hands to get that early rescue guaranteed just about, and it starts the additional pressure. If I can get rid of your only evil character, you have to start drawing. I really like to get Destructive Sin out early as I can, and plop that in your territory, because I want to hit you with Out of Their Hands and First Sacrifice, and start coming at you with a couple of these heroes, and trying to hit your hand while Destructive Sin is down. I do have a blue-orange hand control. It's one of my most popular videos, where you just take out the thieves, and you bring in orange, and you play Destructive Sin and Fallen Star and Gates of Hell, and it's pretty wild. It's a very, very good deck. You can play this offense. I think this is one of the best blue offenses. I really like blue-green, where I swap out some of these heroes for green heroes as well, but this just works extremely well and has a lot of options. Pretty standard enhancements. I love Pilfer, especially right now with what you can take with it. Purloin, that star card, or that star ability, you just take a card. When I draw this and I get the star, that's insane. Sure, I want to take Glory of the Lord from my opponent, but that's okay. I have Rubble and Dust. I can take their other stuff. I can take their Nazi and it goes to my hand. I can underdeck a good card. Once again, that's another Nazi hitter. Seized by Babylon, very good right now. And once again, you'll see that I play negates galore. Golgotha helps to have my first enhancement be CBP because I don't have Humble. So I get a little extra CBP on here and here. If I want to play Wages in Battle, Hurling Insult is going to be CBP on all my evil characters, and Seized by Babylon is CBP by a good card. So you want to make sure to also keep in mind to have CBP on defense this year, because there's a lot of by the numbers. Pretty much every offense has a way. We're seeing it in clay, definitely seeing it in white. This offense right here. So there's a lot. Noah got a huge buff. Rubble and Dust. So my philosophy on Rubble and Dust is, if I feel like I have a very well-tuned deck and I am playing well, I can beat majority of the field, but I struggle with the Glory Holy Pot of Mana. So if I struggle with that deck, then Rubble and Dust is still good in this defense because of my place. Like, I can play stuff on you with Afflicting Spirit, Possessing Spirit, Sordid Spirit. I could also take stuff in your territory. I can take a lot of stuff in your territory, like pretty much limit your resources, do 2 possessed on your best heroes, pop your other heroes, choose the rescuer, and then with my place stuff, I can do Rubble and Dust to get rid of it. Rubble and Dust going up against Glory. If I pop all your stuff as a Glory the Whole Pot of Mana deck, I should win that. Because now all my characters work, and I get all my banding, and your deck isn't made for banding. So you have to take out all my characters in battle when you're usually pushing out one. So I do like this defense. Um, I've always shown the Sordid Spirit to Beezel. That's always good. But getting the Seven Suns in here is really nice. Um, especially if you do take out my Red Dragon and I want to get it back. Like, I can do a band and then band to a demon. Um, or start with Seven Suns and then go to a demon and then go back to my band. So it's not bad. The only thing I'm missing is the Crimson character that bands to an NT. Or once again, I can bring an Egyptian Rebel. Egyptian Rebel can go to Seven Suns, and that would be another way to go back to a demon chain through Thieves. So it's very good. I love Jerusalem. I love Highwayman with this defense because I can pop Gates early or Jerusalem early. Don't be afraid to use your add to battle early. If it wins you the battle, it's worth it. Um, Jerusalem's good. I know J.K. Powell, he'll talk a lot about having that extra Evil Dom, and you can use it for Jerusalem. So I do have ways to get back evil characters. If you're having a lot of tough time with Plunderers or Condemned Thief, I could discard Rubble and Dust for Jerusalem and get it back. So I can always get back, like, I want Plunderers or Judas to do my banding from Thieves to Demons. And Jerusalem and Seven Suns ensures that. Wages of Sin gets out Destructive Sin and Suicidal Swine. So I have ways to my reserve. And then pretty much same thing as the other deck that I showed. So I will show this just because I'm not seeing anyone play Demon Thieves right now. And I don't, I'm guessing it's just people are playing new stuff. Like I said, you can take out 1, 2, 3 cards. And you can even take out this stuff. You can do a New Testament package with Lawless and really try to get Destructive Sin out early, or have ways to Destructive Sin in your deck, which Orange easily does. You can get Destructive Sin on them early. So I have a deck that's blue-orange hand control. It is extremely good. I do like the idea of blue-orange hand control with that Egyptian Rebel or Foreign Wives with Murderous Command. Maybe Rubble and Dust comes out for that, and I just win battles that way, just adding. So we'll go through this deck just because it's the same offense in both videos, but Philistines is very popular. Blue go hard with Demon Thieves. I'm almost never going to use this ability, I know, it's stupid. Maybe I would discard Afflicting Spirit, but I get a lot of value on Afflicting Spirit at the end. But I say that, I did not draw a hero, so I feel like this is one of the rare cases. I do use Offering Your Son. I say I don't use a lot of Offering Your Son because it shuffles itself, so I use this. I get the star ability a lot. Didn't get what I needed, so from here, depending on who won the roll, could really do a lot. This is where people say that it matters. So let's roll for my opponent. They would get a 5. I would get a 3. They get to decide. Depending on their hand, more than likely they're going to let me go first. That's the only thing I could do. I could do, from an offensive perspective, put down Golgotha. I'm almost always going to go to Plunderers for a very strong block. I could go to Highwayman, because Highwayman gets either the draw or Jerusalem early on. I like to have Jerusalem in Storehouse. So it's kind of like, do you feel like you need to block early, or do you need to grab some resources? I have 2 strong enhancements in my hand as well, so it's nice getting the Highwayman. He gets to play Gates of Hell, and if I still had my demon in my hand, I would have that to battle. So you can do one of 2. Nothing I can do. I'm almost tempted to play Judas, but darn, as a hero, but I can't. Nothing else, so that would be not optimal for me. I have Abe's Descendant. I have 10 heroes. I have Covenant of Noah. So it's really just unlucky. I did see a comment, sorry, Caden, where um, that bearded guy lost to Jaden, and it was like 3 turns in a row of no heroes, and it was like, sounds like bad deck building. I don't know. I guess I built my deck wrong. I mean, it's 53, so that could match if I took out 3 cards. Um, More than likely, I get a hero there. So maybe there's some credibility. But hey, technically I did get a hero, right? So okay, I wouldn't really be able to do anything. There is a chance that they would say that they go first. I doubt it. So, all right. Anyway, just because I don't have souls. Yay, we get the darkness when it works. No stars. We got a hero. It's kind of all we need because we have Joseph's Cup. Offering your son. That is fine by me. We do want to go to Plunderers. I love Condemned Thief. And I love having the Thief, really. Like it's essentially the same thing. So I would go to the Thief just in case I need the negate. Put down Malak. What I didn't do was I didn't look at my top 3 because I had to look at my top 3 to see if I want to shuffle that and then activate Joseph Silver Cup or activate Joseph Silver Cup, take what I needed on my top 3. So that was a misplay by me. I wanted to bring that out. Put Darkness in my only lost soul just in case. I only have 2 other territory. Well, I have other territory class, but nothing I really care about playing right now. I could either go to Snag Captain with my Add to Battle off ladder, or I can get out my heroes, and that's really what I care about. So this gets shuffled in. I do not need to take from the top 3. I did miss my storehouse, and I can take a hero. From here, we always go to Abraham. I would have taken Reserved for Famine, I think. No, it's not a huge deal. I would have taken, yeah, because I don't have the Interrupt right now. Oh yeah, I would, because I'd have Issachar. So I would want Reserved for Famine. Oh well, I missed it. What's nice is the offense gets itself, like I said. It's not super complex offense-wise. You just have to practice it a bit to know like the bands and what you're getting because you have exchange heroes and they exchange the territory and deck. So first turn, that's what I'd be doing. Just like I said pre-video. Assuming they have an evil card in territory, they have to underdeck it. Being an early turn, I don't think they do. And I usually go straight into out of their hands. Once again, just really hard to stop, especially with that to back it up. And now I have a ton of evil. So if I'm worried about Matthew, I could play Judas, and I could reserve Forgiveness of Joseph, because I remember I just saw their hand with out of their hands. So if I'm worried about Matthew, I can get rid of 2 brigades. Technically, I can get rid of a bunch, but I'd be showing all my evil. So I would keep Highwayman, but they already know I have them. I could put down Judas, Sorted, Thief, and reserve this. And they would only get a draw 1 on Matthew. So just keeping in mind. That's why hand knowledge is so good. I don't have Sheol in this deck because it's 2 brigade. Just want to make sure there's nothing I need to put down. So from here, you just need to know what's my optimal choice. This is where it can get a little confusing because everything bans. You want to have, like the deck itself isn't too hard because everything bans to each other. It's just a matter of choosing the optimal band in the situation. Sometimes you don't know that till after the battle. From here, if I need to draw, I can. I feel fine. This is where I would want to play. I feel good about the band, or about my block, so I'm going to play Jerusalem as evil. We'll just put it over here. And then I can ban to a thief, and then he bans to a demon, and I can go either or. But what I want to do is, and I can do something with this if I want, I want to go to condemned and snag from your hand and have 2 negates to back it up. I feel very comfortable there. Maybe I have to play a pilfer. Remember, I'm going to take anything that you have that's CBN. I have 2 tokens. And I can discard a card from hand to draw 2. I almost feel like it's the Sordid Spirit that has to go. I hate to do that. I'd lose my Beelzebub access, except through Jerusalem. Really don't want to do that. So yeah, that's where to be at. And we get to draw 3. Darn, I drew into Judah, or else I could have Edge Descendant. We have two upkeep triggers. So first, I do want to use Jerusalem. It does matter in this sense, just in case I like reserve an OT enhancement, I can snag it. But more than likely, there's a couple, like you can screw yourself with Jerusalem if it's a OT dominant. So if I'm playing Jerusalem, I should have OT or New Testament dominance to the best of my ability. Move a random 1 to the top of reserve. And then I get to take a New Testament card. We're pretty much always going to get Destructive Sin early on, unless they only have like 2 heroes down. And then I go into Storehouse. I'm not going to forget this time. And then it's a matter of stars I had in my hand, which I know I grabbed 1 here and I had 1 here. Yeah, Judah. So I could go into a Numerous for 3. Then I don't get to play Destructive Sin. If I grab First Sacrifice, I also don't get to play Destructive Sin. So it's a matter of, do I want to get out all my heroes? Or do I want to stop you from drawing? And I think I want all my heroes. And then I can take a human, Genesis human from deck. I'm already going to be able to take 3, and I believe that's my only star hero because I was trying to think if there was another star hero. Yes, so I do get the additional star for Numerous. And now I can play Numerous and show you 1, 2, 3, 4. Which is really nice because I can go 1. Then we're going to take 3. Don't need the exchangers because they grab themselves. 1, 2, 3, 4. We now have our entire offense out because Abraham grabs 3V. 3V grabs Benjamin. Benjamin to the rest. Put all them down. We play Isaac as Meek. Put down Enosh. And I like to put down my heroes because I'm going to do exchanges. And y'all, this is why we said 1 TCE and not 1 good, 1 evil. People are already forgetting if they played 1 TCE per turn. They're like, did I play 1 in prep phase already during discard? They already forget that, and the fact that you could play 1 early and then you draw a bunch and then you could play an evil one like Destructive Sin at the end or Pretension. It would just be too much. That, and you already have to remember, did I play 1 TCE? Now you have to remember if you played 1 good or 1 evil. So just reaffirming that decision. I believe it to be the right one. So from here, I don't know if we did a shuffle. From here, we have everything we need. We don't have Faith or Abraham. We don't have Peace. So that's disappointing. Maybe we play the Faith of Isaac, where I get to look at the top 6 and take 1. Maybe that comes in. But we'll see. We get to draw so much here. So from here, we start the band with Eleazar, so we do get a draw 3. There you go, you got peace. Whoops. Go to Abraham. Abraham can search. I'm not going to. I'm just going to band. 3 visitors. Goes to deck. Gets out Benji. Benji exchanges to Joseph. They have the option to underdeck. To Judah. To Jacob. I get to draw 2. That would be 4 more, maybe potentially 5 more tokens out there. And then, darn. And then I can ban to an OT Angel. And now they're all protected. And I have a 3 woes and an Angel Lord. So, not bad at all. Assuming they can block me, like if they did like Herod the Great or something, you know, you got to negate it. If they use Herod's Temple, you got to negate it. And then you got to negate Herod the Great and blow him up if you can. Or negate them, you put more hand pressure on them, and then band in Isaacar and Isaac for numbers or something. So we have plenty there. We can't play Peace right now. I can assume we played Angel of the Lord. I don't know. We don't want to show him Plunders per se. We can show him the Thief. 10 in hand. Sorted can come down. And I probably move Descendant to reserve using Storehouse. And pass turn. They had to get around a massive band, you know. That's just tough. From here, your band is Highwayman. I drop down Gates. I go to, Plunderers. I go to Judas. I can go to the Thief, and I can mess with you. I can go to Sorted, Place, go to Beelzebub, get the blow up if I want to, go back to Thief, and then exchange this card with a Thief or generic demon from deck or territory. This is the Condemned. I am going to go to deck, and I do have an option here, and now I have Possessing Spirit, and may ban to a Gospel Evil character, or if played from hand. So I'm actually going to band, and look at that. Got him back in. That's my band. Did Sorted. I could use Beelzebub with Sorted if I wanted to. I prevent the next. I got out Gates of Hell. I'm restricting good dominance. I got Beelzebub from reserve. Sorted Spirit negate. And then I have Possessing Spirit. And now I'm taking enhancement from your hand and preventing the next. I just don't know how you're getting around that. In battle at least. And I have a Woes, Purloin, Seized, whatever in my hand. It's an extremely, extremely strong band. Especially when I'm preventing the first taking it and taking from your hand. And I have so much stuff to get around your hand protection. Like the Sorted Place is very good. I get my draw 3. I can top deck. No need. Have my upkeeps. Move a rando to the top of reserve. See what it was. I am going to take that. I could Wages of Senate, to be honest. And I can take 2 Possessed. But I'm not going to be able to play 2 Possessed. Just going to clog my hand. Storehouse. And now from here, we have a couple options. We really like getting Destructive Sin out, but once again, we just keep putting pressure on them. The only thing we want is we want a Jacob's Ladder instead. Reveal the owner of the top 3. Go ahead and snag that. And the rest you can underdeck in any order. Sure, I mean that does matter in a Gates of Hell because I can just, if this was an orange, I could just underdeck it and pop it out, but I don't really care in this. I can play Son of God Second Coming. There's plenty out there. Um, and from here, they have to stop an Eliezer who gets to draw 3, and he bans 2. An Abraham that goes to 3 visitors. That gets to exchange to Benjamin. That gets to exchange to Joseph. That gets to go to Judah. That gets the negate. Gets to go to a patriarch that goes to Jacob. And now I'm tossing, and my heroes are protected. Malak comes in, and I get to take an Old Testament hero from deck or reserve. I'll just take my captain and be good to go. CBI piece, big band, protected from evil cards. Very, very good. So there's not going to be too much to stop that. So you have to stop all these heroes that can toss or negate. You got to get through all this that can prevent, take, and be and have protection and restrict good dominance. If I want to, I can go Possessing Spirit, put him in your territory. If I have Gates of Hell out, sometimes I like to bait you into Angel Lord me, and I'll put out Possessing Spirit alone, and then I'll play Destructive Sin, having a 3 woes in my hand. If I can win the battle and try to like bait you and make you think, why did I not go out with this? Knowing I have Gates of Hell that can literally bring all this in because this guy, that's another way. So very, very good defense, very, very good offense. They have to get around the peace band. They have to get around the protection. They have to get around Captain the Host. And then I get out my add to battle. I still didn't even see one of the last cards in the deck to where I can get the potential play first with the potential CBN. It's just a lot to get around. So, like I said, both of these have been posted in Discord. I wanted to get the video out there. So, keep it under. I'm right at 47 minutes. And I got to show 2 defenses, 2 decks, 1 offense, 2 defenses. Remind you all how good Demon Thieves are. Show you all that blue is actually good. I just think you need add to battle. Like I would still say go Book of the Covenant. You will remain because you also get blue covenants in reserve as well, which is really good. And then if you want, you can go down to 50, just take out 2 possessed. You already saw I was having a tough time because of the territory class enhancements. Like, I want to play Peace. I want to play Faith of Abraham. I want to play Destructive Sin. I want to play Numerous. I want to play First Sacrifice. It can be very difficult to do all that. So, with that being said, if you're finding that, like I am in testing, that's what it's for. If you're finding that you simply can't play all the territory class enhancements, drop them. Drop them for other stuff that you can play. Don't think that cards that hit territory right now, like hero killers, like Stocks in general is really good. Stocks in this build and Holy Grail is phenomenal with Issachar. I have not seen a Joseph Cloud, Issachar, Stocks, Holy Grail deck yet. I want to make it, but I don't want to keep putting out a blue offense every month. But you get CBN Sons of Jacob and Issachar can always grab something. You also have Ephraim. Opponent may underdeck an evil card from hand. If they do not, you may reserve an evil card from a deck. And then you have opponent may underdeck an evil card from hand. If they do not, negate evil characters. So you have Sons of Jacob that have the potential to win you battles and that are CBN. And you can either use 20 shekels or Stocks or Holy Grail and put their stuff in their hand and then play First Sacrifice, or put their stuff and play, um, and force them to like underdeck it. So I haven't seen that yet, but I think it's very good. So with that being said, I had the other video of blue-orange hand control. If you're interested, it's very, very good, and I highly recommend this deck. It's very fun. Um, I might try something in the Lackey Grand Prix or something like this, but either way, hope you all enjoyed the 2-for-1 today. And this week, I'll be doing, today's Saturday, so this week I'll be doing Roots Preview number 2. Look for it either Monday or Tuesday. So thanks y'all for watching. I still got a couple comments from the last video. I see all the comments. Sometimes I just don't get to them right away. But thank y'all for watching, and I'm excited for the next one. Bye y'all.